Today, I would like to welcome a special guest for our show. We have discussed previously many issues that affect Georgia and our economy. One of them, of course, is immigration. And today I have invited an eminence in the field of immigration, attorney Charles Kuck, with more than 20 years of experience and a reputation for fearless advocacy for his clients, as he says in his webpage. And he has served also as a national president of the American Immigration Lawyers Association. Welcome to the show, Charles.
Sandra, it's great to be with you. Thanks for inviting me.
Absolutely, absolutely. Can you please tell us a little bit about the work you do here in Georgia and perhaps some stories that you can share with the listeners about your success?
Well, I mean, what we do as a law firm and what I do as part of my career is to try to get our folks in the legislature and the bureaucrats in the government to look favorably upon and rule favorably for my clients and for the folks in the immigrant communities here in Georgia. Georgia itself is a huge immigrant city, more so since the Olympics, but we've always been an immigrant city, always welcoming the stranger. And some of the rhetoric that's occurred here in Georgia, and really throughout the U.S., but really here in Georgia as well, against immigrants in the last 10 years has just been terrible for our economy. It's been terrible for the people, and it's kept Georgia lagging behind those cities and those states that welcome immigrants and do things to bring immigrants into the community. One thing that we worked on with recently was with Jessica Colot, the Kennesaw State student. Jessica was really just minding her own business, going to school, doing the things that anybody who basically grew up here would do, which is what she did, when she got caught in the whirlwind of our immigration laws, and became a kind of a minor celebrity for her willingness to stand up and say, look, this is who I am, this is who I want to be. I mean, my future here is in America, and now you're saying it's not. And we've been able to help her at least a little bit to get her to stay here to finish school and to try to get her a work permit, and we'll work with her in the future to try to make sure that she can fulfill the dream she has to live here in the United States. But the problems that we have with this rhetoric, with this anti-immigration sentiment, it's not just local, it's national. And I've tried over the years, I've testified in Congress, we do a lot of lobbying with our senators and congressmen. We try to make a difference nationally in what we do, because sometimes it's not just about helping the individual clients, or helping the individuals who could be clients or who are just friends who need that help. Because the reality is, very few people today are speaking for the immigrant. You turn on the news, particularly if you turn on Fox News, you just hear this bombastic anti-immigration rhetoric over and over and over again. And I think people are getting tired of it. I think people are starting to realize and come to their senses and say, you know what? This anti-immigration thing isn't such a good thing for America. And I do believe that ultimately we will have some type of resolution to the problems that we have today. I just wish I could predict when that was going to happen.
Right. Well, I mean, I have to tell you, as an immigrant myself, I and also having my family here, I could tell you that I see both sides of the coin, basically, and I can see that both sides, they really have very valid points, such as Americans, they say, well, these people came here, they're illegal, and everybody has to follow the law in the United States, and I completely agree with that. So, and in the other side, of course, is all the people that came here because they have financial issues that they are very dramatic in their own countries, and they have to do something to really take care of their families. So both of them, they have valid points. So what do we do as a country and as a government and lawmakers, and how to solve the problem? We can very well expel millions of immigrants that are here today without their paperwork. So what is the solution? Is it to fix the laws that the immigration has today? Do you view that as a possible solution in the near future?
Well, the question is, what do you mean by the near future? If you mean within our lifetimes, yeah, we'll
yes.
fix the problem. Will we fix it next year? No, we won't. I certainly, I don't know of anybody who advocates for illegal immigration.
Right.
I don't know anybody who does that. Nobody. Now, some of the wacko folks would say that the open borders crowd simply wants to legalize everybody, and I don't know anybody like that either.
Right.
What I know are a group of sensible people who want to fix a broken immigration system.
Exactly.
We didn't all of a sudden magically one day wake up and have 12 million people here illegally. Mm-hmm. This is a problem that's created by Congress starting back in 1996, and Congress refuses to fix the law that creates and expands this problem today. In fact, the only reason that we've seen a decrease, I truly believe, the only reason we've seen a decrease in the numbers of folks that are here in an undocumented status is because of the economy. Once the economy comes back and really starts picking up again and jobs are plentiful, people are still going to come if we don't fix the system. We have, for anybody who went to college and took an economics class, this is a very simple problem. This is the law of supply and demand. We had a huge demand for labor in America, and we had not enough supply. So guess what? Supply is going to be met. Nature abhors a vacuum. People are going to come in. Coupled with the fact that the Clinton administration and the Bush administration early on did not really do any effective enforcement because of the great demand there was for laborers, and because Congress was not putting together an immigration package and immigration laws that make legality the norm. Rather, Congress focuses on punishing people and making it very difficult to immigrate to the United States. As an immigrant, I think you understand, this is not something where, why don't you just go to the post office and get your green card kind of thing.
Right. Oh,
this is a complicated, lengthy, difficult process that made more so by the unforgiving nature of our immigration laws. Now, we have historically been a nation of justice and a nation of laws. But I like to compare this to one of my favorite plays in books, Les Mis, by Victor Hugo, which is really a morality play about the consequence of only seeking justice as opposed to measuring justice and mercy. And we know what happened to Javert is he killed himself because he can't justify always and only seeking justice and not accounting for some level of mercy in the system. Congress eliminated mercy in our system in 1996. And as a result, we began to skyrocket the number of people that were here undocumented. And all of a sudden, people wake up in 2006 and they wonder, oh, my God, there's 12 million people here illegally. What are we going to do? Oh, run away, run away. Well, the reality was these are the same people that built our cities here in Georgia. They basically single-handedly created Gwinnett County. They take care of our children. They work in our restaurants. Where did people think all this was happening from? Is what I don't get. This moral outrage today that these are somehow evil people that must all be deported smacks to me quite hollow. When people were joyfully enjoying the benefits of this type of the labor that comes from undocumented immigration. What I'm calling for is a simple solution. We don't have to build a rocket to Mars here. This is not a difficult situation to deal with. Difficult to deal with is having the moral courage as a congressman or senator to stand up to the 25% of Americans who simply want vengeance, justice. They want vengeance. They want anybody who's ever broken any law whatsoever to have their fingernails pulled and have their lives destroyed. Regardless of the fact that entering the country without permission is a federal misdemeanor, punishable by 6 months in jail or a $50 fine, and the remaining on a visa after it expires is not a criminal offense at all. Let's put this all in proportion. We want, as Americans, we want a country that is secure. Well, what is less secure than a country with 12 million people, and we don't know who the heck they are? So we need a system in place that accounts for security, that accounts for our safety, but also takes into account our need for economic growth and economic security. We have kids graduating from our universities today. Georgia Tech is a fine example. We have a number of really extraordinary kids, foreign nationals going to school there. Kids from China and India and the Middle East majoring in chemical engineering, PhDs in robotics, extraordinary advancements in space travel. And they're all coming out of Georgia Tech. And you know what we're saying to these kids? I'm sorry, there's no green card for you. You need to go home. That's a system that's broken. That's a system that's not taking into account the need for economic security for America. Oddly enough, Steve Colbert was up in Congress this week. Hopefully, Solange, you had a chance to watch his testimony. And There's been a lot of hubbub about, it's awful that he did that. Michelle Malkin, in her infinite wisdom, even said that Colbert made a mockery of the debate on our immigration policy. And I almost shot the milk through my nose. What a debate on immigration policy. What mockery. Congress has done a fine job of mocking themselves. Colbert was dead on.